Okay, and we're rocking and rolling. Oftentimes, I feel like there's no room for me in where I want to be. There's no room in the spaces that I want to take space in, leaving me feeling like I don't belong. When it comes to my passions and desires and my dreams, I look at the wide variety of creators and people doing and having the same passions as me, and I'm like, oh my god, they can do it better. But Spirit has been telling me, make space. We are created to take up space, and a lot of us can feel small and like less than, but we're encouraged to take up space. Welcome back to Tarot is Self-Improvement, a series of tarot readings guided towards our highest good and self-improvement. In each episode, we will tackle a challenge, and using the guidance of the tarot and my team in spirit, we will work together to most gracefully, compassionately move through these challenges. And yes, today's challenge is going to be on feeling small and not taking up space. So, you could be like me, and for years and years, it's been very common to play small. It's been very common to have your voice quieted to the point where you feel unseen and unheard. Y'all, let me tell you, there was a point in my life, and I can't even truly explain to you what was going on, but I genuinely felt invisible. You could be really tough on yourself or had a really tough upbringing when it came to doing things correctly or, almost like this punishment um, upbringing, that there was punishment to everything that wasn't done correctly. You might have a great fear of making mistakes. And I feel like all of this contribute to making ourselves in adulthood and in childhood, in adolescence, feel small and unable to take up space. Myself as a dancer, taking up space was something that we were encouraged to do all the time. I'm pretty tall, I'm long, and my instructors would always tell me, you need to take up more space. And it's like naturally I should do that without having been told, but I always felt so inferior to everybody. I felt like I wasn't good enough and that there's always somebody who's going to be better than me. And that means that I don't belong because I couldn't be the best. Which, even talking about this that just opens me up to just so much of my mentality back then, and that I even have now a little bit. Some pieces of myself from then, or some pieces of my childhood that I hold on to, that are really holding me back from truly exerting to myself into spaces where I feel called towards, I feel called to participate in, but feel like I don't belong because there's some sort of wound inside of me that feels discouraged or feels um, less than. So, Spirit really wants to guide us through this because I know that I'm not the only one. And I'm here to tell you that that space, that area that you want to be a part of, that desire that you know is for you. And I think that's something that can be really tough. It's like, I know something's for me, but why do I feel this fear into achieving? Why do I feel such doubt? Why do I feel such doubt in my ability to be in these spaces? Why do I feel such doubt in my ability to even achieve and accomplish, though I feel so called towards this destination? That's what we are here to talk about today. I'm hearing feel the fear and do it anyway. What song is that? Oh, Salted Wound. Salted Wound. That's what that song is called by Sia. She says, "Feel the fear and do it anyway." That's crazy. So it's like, oh my gosh, thank you. It's like when you put your foot in the door, you could feel the wound opening up. You feel like there's salt in your wound. You can feel it flare up. It's like, I know I belong, but when I enter, when I do things to um put myself out there, my wound feels like it's getting bigger. I feel hurt. Why do I feel hurt? Why do I feel like I'm being pushed out of these spaces? Why do I feel like I'm being pushed out? There's healing over this wound available by feeling the fear and doing it anyway, by pushing through and going into those spaces and creating your own space, creating your own world and your own environment, because that's what we're here to do. We're all living, breathing, moving, being um, expressions of the divine. And I feel like the moment we feel like we don't belong, the moment we feel unwanted, is actually a moment for us to create a new story, create a new space, create a new environment for ourselves. We all belong. We all belong. You belong. And where your heart feels pulled and called to, know that that is where you belong. Let's pull some messages from Spirit. Already, I have the Eight of Cups with retreat. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The Eight of Cups. There's no specific handbook for you to read. There's no guidebook for you to read so that you know exactly where you're going. And that's kind of the point of this. You're being called to walk into these spaces, leaving behind things that no longer fulfill you. And I say that because there is something more and there is something greater for you. And as you walk away from what doesn't belong with you, what is no longer filling your cup, and that's okay to have loved something and no longer feel that spark and joy towards it anymore. I'm hearing you have a vision, okay? Imagine yourself, close your eyes right now and imagine yourself walking towards it. Imagine the feeling, embody that feeling in your body, really feel it, okay? Because you're going places, truthfully, honestly, you are going places. I almost feel like you need to walk out of a door right now. Get up and physically walk out of the door, walk out of that room, and imagine yourself just like clearing the energy by physically moving. I feel like you have to physically move somewhere, okay? This card specifically says retreat, and I feel like that's what happens when you decide that you're going to make a plan, when you decide that you're going to finally do something, you retreat and you go back on your word. There's something about really going through the promises that you've made to yourself. There's something also I'm hearing about taking off the pressure and making it more fun. Okay, not being so serious, not being so tied up or caught up in the ways that things have been done by book. And that might be your whole world. Yes, there will be challenges, but this is not the time to accept defeat. I've got the world at the bottom of the deck just shuffling. This is about being in alignment. This is about things coming together. In my opinion, this is about a completion of a cycle, a completion of mental turmoil and suffering. Spirit is like really is creating shifts in these movements and these pockets of energy for us to step into and to consume ourselves in, because we are being called and meant to shift, to align, and to complete cycles that have limited ourselves, where we've been and felt limited. And okay, another message, Spirit. Oh. Two cards came out. I've got the Knight of Swords, and I have the Six of Swords. Really beautiful. So with the Knight of Swords, I was getting something about your mind and the way that your mind is working and using it to actually work with you, work with it, not against it. It says determination on it. And I feel like that's a strength of yours. While I'm talking about, oh my gosh, we feel limited, we feel blah, blah, blah. Your strength is the fact that you are determined. And listen to this, listen to this. How long have you had the gold dream idea of yours? A very long time. It's a determined idea. It's a determined action, or sorry, thought, because it is something that is very purposeful, and until you act on it, it's going to keep pressing you and keep on getting you, trying to get you to move. Knight of Swords says don't be too hasty, right? I'm getting this energy of quickly changing perspectives and quickly grasping onto something and moving it forward. Okay? This has a lot to do with our mental space in our capacity or understanding that we have the ability to change. When things have been the same way for so long, it can be difficult to even fathom the idea or the fact that this doesn't have to stay the same, that I don't actually have to be in this position for the entirety of my life, that I can change and my situation and circumstances can change as well. And Spirit is guiding you right now through these emotions and these difficult emotions that you can encounter, okay? My goddess deck is calling me. I'm about to fall. I'm about to fall. So I'm gonna pull a card from her. I'm looking at the bottom of the deck already and I see Isis, goddess of magic. When challenges arise, remember you are more clever than a million gods. You have the ability, by the authority of your potent intent, to allow the love of the universe to flow through you. You can revive and resurrect that which has been buried and allow a higher expression to be birthed for the good of all. Should we just end it there? Because Isis just like. Mm. Oh, did you just see those cards fall off? I have to get them. That's 3 cards. Oh my gosh, I'm reading all of them. That is just wild. So get cozy and relax and listen to this message. For Morgane Le Fay, goddess of mysticism, it's time to own that you are a mystical being, no longer at the whim of anything or anyone. Call forth the potency of the sea, moon, and fairies to assist you in harnessing your oceanic ability to reign as the benevolent queen of your realm. Wow. Spider Woman, goddess of helpfulness. You can reweave the web of fate. When it looks like things are unraveling, instead of trying to untangle the situation from the level of the problem, drop a silken thread from your spiritual web high above. Now envision your circumstance being spun anew and lured into a sweet dream of an eightfold heavenly embrace. Spider Woman, goddess of helpfulness. One, you are being helped in the spiritual realms. Yes, 100%. You are being also helped and guided by yourself, by your own spiritual higher self energy. Tiamat, great mother of all gods. Destruction precedes creation. Release your attachment to the limiting beliefs that once fed you so you may explore above and beyond where your umbilical cord will allow you to roam. Find a space where you can let your stormiest of dragons express themselves. Crack the veneer of ordinariness and let your tears feed the rivers of the world. I say that with such power because that is literally the message. This is like, this is it. This is it. Okay? This is it. As you desire and wish to move along into this new beautiful path that is yours, okay? Destruction precedes creation. What is going to crumble or what has crumbled is only meant to create a stronger foundation for you to plant your seeds, okay? It's here for you to better water, better nurture, and have a greater harvest, okay? Pay attention to the signs, synchronicities. Pay attention to the way things flow in your body. Drink more water, Sarandom, or going into a body of water. There's something about movement too, moving energy out of your body. Okay, you might be feeling pain in your body as well, like me. There's something about moving the pain out of the body. Okay. Lastly, we have Ishtar, goddess of love. It is safe to shine at your full wattage. Just as the star of Venus illuminates the night sky like a mighty spotlight upon you, you do not have to beseech attention. You are an irresistible magnet. Admirers and soulmates are enthralled by you. Uphold respectful boundaries, activate your fearless sensuality, and set the world ablaze. You might be somebody who really either fears being seen or, again, like I said before, doesn't feel seen. Let me tell you, you are seen. You are seen. You are seen. You are seen. Spirit calls you, but I call you right now to lean towards your joy and what lights you up. And though you feel so uncomfortable because of the fear of not being good enough, because the fear of somebody being better than you, when somebody's gonna be better than you, period. And that's okay. Nobody can be you. Nobody can do you like you can do you. You hear? This is the truth. Do it. Do what you gotta do. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'm doing free readings. I would love to give you a free reading. I'm gonna pick a random comment down below because I know I'm about to have like 65 comments. So one of you 65 people are gonna get a reading from me. I sell and make jewelry handmade. This one I'm actually in the process of making right now. But yeah, I make jewelry. You can check out my website at thebeyondquartz.com. If you happen to not win the free reading, you can go on my website and book with me there too. But yeah, new content sure to come. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful, and I will see you in my next video. I hope I didn't leave anything out that's important. Much love. Peace. Please don't mind my stiff neck. I got in a car accident a couple weeks ago, and I'm in pain. I'm embarrassed that my feet weren't pointed or Barbie foot throughout this intro, and I'm ashamed. I will cover them now. Anyhow,